Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Now, we seem to be starting this video in the middle of apparently nowhere. Now, you can see a couple of bridges in the distance, and for those of you who have been watching this series for a while, you might be able to guess exactly where we are. However, you may have no idea why we're here. Well, in this video, one of the main things that I want to do is I want to go around fixing some of these rather ridiculous roads. And what I mean by ridiculous on these is that they sort of turn left and right, left and right, left and right very, very sharply with no apparent reason. And there just seems to be no real pattern to the left-right. Now, do not get me wrong, there are some places where the left-right would apply. So, for example, I would not be really too concerned about the little kink that is towards the foreground. That is not a problem. But the next one further up, going towards the midground, towards the background, where you can see the road peeling off to the left-hand side, just before that area is a very, very sharp turn. And in the UK, we do have some of these, but not quite as much as there seems to be on this particular map. So, as I said, in this video, I'm going to be going around making small fixes in a few of these places. As I go around making these small fixes, I'm also going to be taking a look at the parallel road tool, or whatever it's called. I'm going to see if that works, and that is going to be the main focus for this video. Once I've gone ahead and done that, I will then be looking at doing various other things. Perhaps I'll try to put one of those streams in that I was talking about in the last video, maybe revisit the river, see what I can do with that, and just try and neaten things up before we continue with the rest of the build and the rest of the railways and all of that kind of stuff. So, make sure you stay tuned and let's see what I can do to clear this up, at least just a little, so it doesn't look quite as silly, I suppose. I think silly is probably the right word for this, because some of these roads do look just a little bit bit of an overkill, just a bit silly. Okay, so taking a look at this road, what do I not have problems with? Well, first off, maybe I should fix this. I think I can fix this little bit. So just sort of get rid of that. Get rid of this. Let's just pair up this road. I'm trying to figure out which one it is though. It's that one. There we go. Just make this nice and simple like that. That's nice and simple. This I'm okay with. This works. This works. This works. This works. And then I suppose here is where I'm a little bit more concerned about the way it's sort of turning around. I think if I leave this bit and get rid of this wobble, it should look okay. Now, of course, in doing that, we're going to have to demolish some of this hard work that we've put into building these farm borders, and that is where the parallel tool is going to be coming in today. So if we get rid of all of that and do that, that's much nicer. See, that just looks a little bit better. I'm not entirely keen on this turn. I feel like I'd want to perhaps sharpen it a bit more like that, if it were the case. So, for example, if I were to do this, I'm just going to put this in. I'd want it a little bit more that sort of angle around there, not what we have here. In fact, I think I am going to do that. So another set of these is going to go away. Just up to, let's see. In fact, if I take it up to there, and then I'll do a much sharper turn. That's a little bit too sharp. Up there. There we go. And then just connect that up like so. That's better. That is a lot better. Now, of course, that means we now have these areas where there is there's no farms. So what do we do? I could, of course, build the farms in once again and put all the borders in exactly as they should be, or I could try and use a new tool. So this new tool uses the marker. So if I go to the assets, we've got the marker tool. So I would select a marker from there up to there, for example. I would then go for the parallel tool. So this is the main tool. Wait for a bit because it does take a little bit of time to load. Now I'm still trying to work out exactly how this goes. I have tried to get this correct, and I think these options are the right options now. Let's see, center distance. No, it's not center distance. I want clearance, I think. And then all I've got to do is figure out which street it was. And for me, it's I'll have to find it. I will find it eventually. Here we go. Weed and azalea, I think, is what it was. And so all you do is you say follow profile, fine. We could do a parallel shift to leave the vertical height intact, and just click. I think that's how it works. And then we wait a few seconds, and it should, in theory, I have tested this. Right, collision. Okay. Probably because of that, and oh dear. Have I messed up? Okay, I think I've broken everything. This is one of the problems I've been having with this particular tool, but I did use it, and it did seem to work the way I wanted it to work. It just does not seem to be doing it right now, which is fine, and that's what this is for. Right, let's go to information. Let's see if that does anything. I just want to cancel anything going on here so I can get on with actually deleting things. There we go. Okay. So maybe we have to delete a little bit more than where we would be placing. So if I were to be placing from, not there, from there to there, that clearly has enough of a split. Let's go to, or enough of a gap. Let's go to the parallel tool once again. We'll do that for the spacing. Parallel type. Oh, copy. That's what the problem was. I wanted street. That was probably what I did. That was my own fault. Click that. Wait a few seconds so you can see the bush appear as a placeholder showing you exactly what you are placing. And I think there's some work to do on this to improve its performance. That's for sure. But if it works, it would save me a lot of effort in trying to line things up properly. There you go. Done. That's exactly as I wanted it. So it's done that. I can now go that one and select the same start and end eventually. Don't not select it. Takes a while. But you can see clearly it has put that in, and it's given me a very nice even gap, which is exactly the important part in all of this. So I could just come back here and now say if I wanted to connect it to the original set, there you go. That's now connected to the original. Yes, there's a little bit of a glitch there, but I guess I could just repair that by doing that. And on this side I'll just do that. There you go. So that's that one done. Yes, did it take a longer time? I suppose so. But it's a perfect line. Now I think there's a wall one. I could put walls along here using the exact same idea. Nope. So we'll do that again. There to there. No, not to there. To there. Parallel tool. Wait for it to load. I suppose I could go into the config. There is a way to go into the config and have it stop having all of these streets. So that would be helpful as well, I suppose. Click there. Wait a few seconds. I'm actually going to check how long that the wait is. That was about 6-7 seconds, I think. No, certainly no more than 10. It's just coming out of this again. There is I think what I'm supposed to do is select something else, not the parallel tool. So if I just go ahead and move to, let's say, a splitter, no, not even a splitter tool, just this tool here, and then go back to this, then it should just work. I think that's where the slight issue is. Okay, so that's done, and then I can just go ahead and connect that up. And as you can see, we now have a perfect border on each side, exactly as it should be. So let's go ahead and look for the same. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Same idea here. That's not right. Go backwards. Okay, so we'll break up from there and there, and we'll say there to no. There, that's it. So we'll do there to there. Same thing. Wait a few seconds. Let's just put it on that side first. It's not a problem. So that's what I'm just looking at the timer. So how many seconds is that going to take? That's 10 seconds. It's about 15 seconds. Okay, there we go. Then I guess I do that. No, there's still something that goes on there with the selecting for that. Actually, it did select it. I think you have to deselect any marker. If you deselect any marker and then put it in, it should work. Then do that and click. That one was really, really quick. Then all you do is, as usual, just connect it. Or if I get rid of that, I'll do that and that. And on this side I could do something quite fancy actually. If it works. It did not. There. And everything's back in action there, and that road now looks a lot better. Great. Let's go have a look at any other roads. So let's just start up here and get a good look at this parallel tool and seeing where we could use it. So I'm fairly okay with this road. This is fine. It's a bit sweeping. This is okay. This bit, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's all okay. No complaints there. Let's have a look down this way again. It's just these corners. They're a little bit more sweeping than perhaps we would have on with corners in the United Kingdom. We tend to not have wide sweeping corners on many roads. Some roads do, but many of them do not. So there is, I suppose we do have to take that into consideration, especially the older roads. Very few wide sweeping corners. I'm just having a look around here. There is one road here that has it, so I'll keep this one. I suppose I'll keep those because it's coming into town. This is actually quite alright. Not a problem, not a problem. No problems there. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. This corner's very typically British. Just tight corner like that. This is all okay. This is all okay. This is all okay. So the main ones that I have issue with is the ones that just keep going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Or right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Whichever way you prefer. So I have changed a couple of them. But there are probably some that remain. I need to go take a look at some. This is okay. This one here. Yeah, see this. This is just a bit. This is a bit too much. So we've got the. So we've got this turn, which is fine up to there. Then this bit here, really, I would just move out, across, and in. If that were the case. So once the autosave is done, my plan here is to, let's change this out to be a little sharper all the way through. So what I would want to do here is I want to do which one was it again? It was this one. So what I really want to do is I want to do an out, a much more sharper cross than in. There. That is more preferable, although I'd rather that was more of a straight. Hold on. Hang on a moment. I would much rather that was a straight line. Come on. Here we go. There. Like that. And then connected. That's better. That is much, much better. Now, once again, we'll go back to the tools, and obviously I left it in the parallel tool because I'm not very smart. We shall no. Yeah, we'll go from here to there. Come on, turn this around. There we go. Just that short section there. We'll clean up the rest. In whichever way that we can. Click that. Collision. Where? Click it again. I saw no collision. Okay. suppose clicking it twice is not a good idea. I'm learning. I'm definitely learning at the moment, trying to figure out what is what and what does and does not work. Oh yes, I've certainly broken it. Well, I'll leave that doing what it's doing. Nope, still have a collision. Where is this collision? I see no collision. Let's try the other side. Let's see if this side works. And of course, another place where this will come in extremely handy is on the side of railway tracks. Trying to put a proper border up on the side of a railway track. Okay, something is colliding. I have no idea what. I shall go into mode 5. Mode 5, here we go. Into erase mode. Erase anything in this area. There you go. Right, let's try that again. There. To there. Nice and simple. There's nothing here that could potentially collide. Nothing that could potentially collide at all. Collision. Move mouse. What? Have I broken it? I might try this to try follow profile and see if that works. Maybe. It says in practice that different methods only have an effect on steeply inclined ramps anyway. But let's see if this does not work. I'll have to try something else. Oh, maybe it's the auto delete markers that. I should deselect the auto delete markers, because then if it leaves the 2 markers up, then I should be able to do both sides in one go. Thinking and learning. I could also do check collision and limits. This is, what does that say? This is absolutely necessary. Probably set that to no. So I've clearly, again, as I said, I think I've broken that. Well, now that we set it like this, is it just going to work? So I have no collision. And there we go. Great. Okay, so there's another thing you could do. If you run into problems with collisions, switch off the collisions. And I'm hoping it can do both sides very quickly. So obviously it would have been faster to do it without. Right, and now how do I get rid of? I have no idea how to get rid of markers. That's the only other thing. Oh, do I? That's how you get rid of markers. I think. Yes, that is how you get rid of markers. Okay, good. I remember seeing something about that at some point when I was reading the instructions. Yes, believe it or not, I do actually read instructions. So I'll connect that up, and then on this side I'll do that. And let's do something a little bit funky here. Let's just do... okay. So let's do something a little bit funky. Clearly it does not want to do what it wanted to do. Nope. The other thing is perhaps not having this playing might help a little bit more. There we go. Okay, maybe not. Why are you doing this to me? Hello? Oh, I don't know. I've clearly messed something up. Yep, okay. There it is. It's back. Okay, so a little bit. It can be a little bit difficult to get going, but overall it does work. This one we've been here, so that is all fine. That's fine. That's fine. This one doesn't really have much, and it's going up a hill anyway. That is a very steep path, though. I think I'm going to have to rework that one in its entirety. This is perfectly fine. Actually, no. I'd rather that was a perfect right angle, to be completely honest. I'm going to change that. This is all going to change to... So if I have that go like that, and then in and back, I think let's push it back to here. Yeah, let's push it back to there. Let's fix this corner. So the way I am thinking this one should go is it should more than likely just be a perfect right angle. Now, this does happen. This is actually a thing on some of our roads. And then that. Yes, that works. Push these two back. Go over to this. Let's mark up some markers. From there to... yeah, that will do. That will do. We'll clean up. Obviously, there's going to be a gap that we need to create here. That is not going to be a problem. We'll put that in. Let's see how quickly it does this. That was fairly quick. That was fairly quick. I'm fairly happy about that. There we go. And then we just come along here. And once again, with the exact same idea, connect that up there. Connect that up there. Because of the way this is worked out, we'll just connect that up there and delete that bit. We will bring this, bring that along there, connect that up there and delete that bit. There you go. That was actually very, very easy to do. Very easy, very realistic. In fact, just here is where I think I want to take the thumbnail just here. Because this is giving a fairly good idea of how easy this parallel road tool is. Now, as I said, you could use the parallel road tool on anything. You could do it on the railway if you wanted. So, for example, let's have a look at part of a railway that maybe I haven't done that really does need some borders. And of course, with the railways, it could be a little bit more finicky, simply because we may not have the right border that we want. So, for example, here, this is quite messy, as I'm sure you would agree. This here is very, very messy. So it goes in, it goes out, that's just a total mess. So let's go ahead and say, I want to fix that. I want to make this a much better connection. So I'll get rid of that, get rid of that. Push that back, that. Push that back, that and that. Push that back. I'll cut that side out as well. And let's say I wanted a bigger gap than the one I currently have. So I was doing 5 meter gaps. Let's say I want it to be 10 meter gaps. So all I've got to do is go back to the marker. Select it from, let's select it from this one. Let's do it from this one. And we'll go all the way to, let's go all the way to here. One back. Okay, no, let's just go all the way to there. That's fine. We can figure it out from there. And I want the same thing, but now it's going to be on a railway. Horizontal spacing, let's make it, let's say 8 meters now. Put it in. This is error, click for details. I don't know what the error is. I'm about to see if I've just broken this. I'm just guessing, I'm just saying, right, this is what it does. This is how it can do it. Let it do it? I have no idea. It shouldn't take any more than about 10-15 more seconds. Really. It isn't a long piece of track. We did do roads that were that big, so we've doubled it, so let's just see. Please. Something. Anything. An intersectional crossover prevented the end of the marker being reached. The marked section has been shortened automatically. Okay. So there is something to note there. You will have errors because the marker cannot go through those kind of sections. Okay, fine. So we'll just put it in here. Let's see if it works. And you can see how powerful the marker tool is. It recognized the error and then it fixed the error. Ready for you to continue with your work. So then what I have to do is select the next bit and go over to there. So there's a limitation of said marker tool. Please work. I'm trying to show off the tool here with the parallel tool. There you go. So it does work. So what I'll now do is I guess I'll move that one. I suppose I'll remove both. Come on, go away. Go away. There you go. Starts here. So that was what the error was. End there. Same thing. Oh, one of the things I really should check is it far enough apart? I think that's a good distance for this area anyway. Of course, other areas you could do other distances, and if you wanted, you could have a massive gap. So you could fill this up with trees or anything like that. Certainly something that I've done, and I will continue to do. But it just keeps things neat as you would have them, because when the railways were created, you would have generally fairly neat lines and paths. You just then build up around them a little bit, and then you have the slight odd bit off. For example, maybe on this side you want it to be coming in closer, or you want that much closer and then along here, but on this side you want it right up against it. That's an option. Similarly on this side, I guess. See, this one I think I've done okay, so I'm not too fussed with that one. But it might be worth me looking at and fixing. But you do have to be wary of the tunnels when the tunnels happen. Is it done? Oh, it's done. There you go. Looking good. And then I guess I could throw it on the other side. Let's see if there are any issues with me doing this. Obviously collision is off, so it should just intersect, which is perfectly fine. So that's what I want. And then I have to select this section. So I'll mark up this section and then put the farmland there as well, and it's done. And then I shall end the episode. One of the things I also do want to do, I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this is going to be, is to swap my traffic around. Right hand to left hand. I'm not sure if the whole right hand to left hand thing is going to work the way I want it to work, but I can try. I'm still having a look around all these areas. So of course for these mud paths, the standard parallel tool that you use with the road toolbox is your best bet. You really have no other option there. So it's just something that has a spline, I suppose. That's what these would be. I guess these would be classed as splines. If you've got a spline, if you have a spline already, you can then put a parallel road next to that spline. Would come in quite handy for station approaches. If you wanted to make 6 or 7 tracks just in one go. But, again, you could just do that with the parallel tool, unless you wanted to have a gap between the tracks and you've already made one of the tracks. Then you could put the next track in with a gap and so on and so forth, and then peel them off and do whatever you need to do. This is seemingly stuck. So performance-wise, it does need a little bit of improvement. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine. I might actually just do the other one manually. Got to see. I've certainly got to see. We'll give it another few seconds. Otherwise, I will just end the video anyway. You have the idea of how it works. If you want to try it for yourselves, please do go ahead. Oh, there it goes. It's done it. Give it a few seconds. Right. All I now need to do, I'm supposed to get rid of the markers. Remember to do that as well. So I've forgotten a few times here. What you want to do is, once you've used the tool, if you have the markers selected off, come off the tool. You want to be off the tool, because if you're not off the tool, you end up with issues, as you can see. So you want to make sure you come off the tool. I'm not sure exactly what it's hogging when it does this, but it is certainly hogging something. It is not yet optimized. I have not looked at the code for the tool. If I do get a chance, I might do that, and maybe if I get a chance, reach out to the developer and say, look, this is what your tool's doing, and maybe you want to just clean it up a little. Maybe that might be something I can do. Right, let's go ahead and oops. Do that. Do that. So now we're looking at what is nearly a perfect. In fact, it is a perfect path, and it's just going to make the railway look. In this case, it's just going to make the railway look just that little bit better. That it's even on both sides. Some care and effort has gone into it to do such a thing. I'll do that, and I'll do that. On this side, I'm actually going to do this and get rid of this bit. I want to fill that up with trees. But as a final bit, over here, I'm going to select not that. Okay, I'll select there, and then I'll select up to there. Click that. And we're going on that side, and press that. And that is where I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Is this a tool you would use? Do you think that perhaps performance is a little bit of a, I suppose, a disadvantage? Maybe it turns you away from it a little bit? Or do you think, yes, for what it does, having a performance hit is perfectly fine? Please do let me know. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadgetLP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me, and I'll see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Oh dear.